Okay, so I'm here, and I'm just going to have everybody introduce themselves. My name is Diallo Sumbry. I'm the president and CEO here at Dinker Group, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Hiya. I'm going to go around.
My name is Maureen Joseph, and I'm here from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States.
My name is Dr. Joan Blakey. I am from St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm the director of the School of Social Work at the University of Minnesota.
And I am Candy Winfield, and I am an excited tourist, and I'm just here loving Ghana.
So we're here right now at Kwame Yarinchi Village in Nyame Bekyere, and we just got finished eating a delicious meal. The food was good, right?
It was amazing.
The food was amazing, right?
Best that we've had in Ghana so far, hands down.
There you go. Hey, come on now, stop playing with me. So I was like, yo, let's record while we're here. So I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. So these ladies are my daughter's teachers. Hi, Amma. Because I'm gonna get embarrassed off any little thing. So these are my daughter's teachers who, and somehow, but thank you, Amma. Let me tell you my daughter's. I'm gonna tell you that after y'all booked the trip, she talking about, do I get a cut? I said, your cut is your tuition. Anyway, so I'm dead serious. So she happened to be on one of her class lectures mentioning something about her parents living in Ghana, and they were like, hey, we're on our way to Ghana. So then my wife somehow, because she was in New Orleans, they hopped on a call for them to book their trip. So we put it together in like less than a week, maybe 2, 10 days, 8 days, something like that. But they reached out, so we're like, sure, we can, what do y'all want to do? What's your itinerary? They were kind of like, well, we don't really know. We know we want to do this, but not this, not that. So we're just having a real life conversation about Ghana. And for those of you who see this and know me, you know I don't have that many videos on YouTube because I don't like to be defined as a YouTuber, right? But we're using YouTube. So far, let's start with just the experience with us, with our company. Let's start with that, and then we're going to talk just a little bit because I want you all to tell them what class you teach, what your profession is, and just kind of how Ghana has been, okay? All right. So how was it, you guys here with the Adinka group? How was our tour guides, our service? Did we ghost you? Did we answer your text? What?
It was amazing. From the first time we got here, we knew they were very professional, organized everything. If we had any questions, they gave us the answers to them. Very informative. Even questions we didn't know we needed the answers to, they gave us the questions answered. It was just amazing. We have had a great time. The sites that they took us to was great. Very informational. Again, we've learned a lot about our history, and we are now ambassadors for the African culture. And so I'm gung-ho to go back and say, hey, everybody needs to come to Ghana and come back home.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Doc, ditto.
Amen.
Anything to add, Doc?
Ditto. No, I mean, I think just being from America, it's just a really eye-opening experience to come here. It has been a lot of actually mixed emotions, sad, grateful, wondering about humanity, wondering about a lot of things, but going to the last bath, going to the slave castles. I mean, just mind-blowing, the experiences that our ancestors have been through and what they have had to endure. And so that makes me feel grateful, that makes me feel powerful, that makes me feel like I can do anything because of what they endured. And so I'm just grateful to be here, and it's been a wonderful experience.
Yeah, working with the Adinka group has been so special because a lot of times, like, it's not fully a tipping culture. And then it's sort of like everybody's like, give from your heart. And I'm like, give me a range, please. I don't know what that means. And so then simple questions like that, like, tell us what the protocols are. Tell us how to behave so that we're not sticking out and being disrespectful, because we never would want to be disrespectful. And so then feeling like I'm so connected. When I think about the food that I eat, and I think about the food that I eat in Louisiana, and I think about the stories that I've heard about our people going across the pond to the other side with okra seeds in their hair. And I'm going, oh, I'm glad they got the okra in. I don't mean to really pay light to that, but I feel that I can see the connection back to my people. And so then, in what our people have had to endure here with colonization and what we had to endure being enslaved, I just feel so much more powerful than I did when I came. I feel so much more determined. Like, I gotta be whining about what I can't do when I'm going, Lord have mercy. What if our people endured and survived and built and loved and did all of these amazing things? So then I am so excited about this trip. It doesn't feel like a vacation though. It feels different from a vacation, because a vacation, like you snap pictures, you buy souvenirs. It feels like a different kind of embedded, embodied experience to me that I would recommend for people to do, because it gets inside your soul.
You know, one of the reasons why we don't call these trips and we call them birthright journeys is because for people of African descent, we like to say that coming to Africa, even if you don't choose Ghana, but coming here, reconnecting with the soil, putting your feet on the ground and touching base is your birthright. Everything that Africa is and has to offer is yours because you're a child of the soil. So that's another reason why we call them birthright journeys. However, you can vacate here. Like, we also like to tell people that you can come and have a vacation. But for people of African descent, I like to say that you're not gonna, you come, you realize you're a part of the majority. Mm-hmm. Everybody look like you, right? 99% of people you met look like you. 99% of the places you went, people look like you. Let me ask this question. What was something that maybe you thought it was going to be like that you found different? Positive or negative or whatever, good or bad. Did you have a thought about, and it's okay if you didn't, but did you have a thought about maybe something, and then when you got here, you said, oh, okay, this actually was different than what I thought?
I think for me, we stuck out. Like, people knew. Like, I was teasing somebody yesterday, they were like, you're from the States. I went, no, I'm not, I'm Ghanaian. And they just started laughing, and I was like, all right, you know I'm not from here. But it's sort of like Ghanaians recognizing us, but also distinctly recognizing that we bring something different because we've had other kinds of experiences. So it's been like you're a long lost cousin that's come home and that they can see the connection. I don't know if I was expecting them to feel that connected, because I was feeling that connected and I wasn't expecting them to feel it too.
Nice. Anybody else?
I guess I would say that I've been to East Africa, I've been to Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, been to South Africa. And so I purposefully wanted to come to West Africa because of the Atlantic slave trade, and that this is where we came from. And so I think the thing that I didn't realize or know was that 80% of the slaves have come through Ghana.
Yes.
And that's why
right.
And so I'm thinking, like, I'm standing in the slave dungeon and I'm thinking, wow, my great grandmother could have been through here. Right. Yes. And so it was those kinds of experiences that I didn't know. So things that I learned about, I've learned a lot about African American history, but I think it's from a different perspective, and it's different being here learning about it than being at home. So I think that was the thing that got me the most.
Anything for you that you thought that maybe came and was like, oh, it's kind of different?
I didn't really have expectation when I first came, but I think I romanticized Africa. In my mind, I thought it was going to be and then I didn't realize how connected I would feel. As soon as I came, the people are so welcoming, so hardworking, it just was overwhelming, and it just was wonderful. And I feel like I'm rebirthed, like coming back home. I cannot not know what I know now. And so that's why I call myself an ambassador for Ghana, because everybody's going to hear how Ghana has affected my life, really and truly.
Is this Santa Claus? Am I sitting here with Santa Claus on my time? That's okay. No, that's okay. No, that's okay. We're keeping everything. We're not cutting nothing out this video. Everything is raw and natural. So let me ask you just a few more questions. Tell everybody, what do you teach? Right? So well, we have two teachers here.
We're social workers.
Social workers. So you teach social work. And what is the course that you're teaching my daughter specifically?
So it's a course about race So we're teaching a course, an anti-racism course, about the racialization process in America. And in particular, it came about because white students who are becoming counselors, like your daughter is, they go to work with our people and they don't know about their white selves. And we're like, you need to know about whiteness and its impact on people of color before you just start plopping around thinking that, oh, I can work with anybody. You don't know how to work with our people because you don't understand race and that you are a race. And so then we thought it was important that the students understood that. And for the Black students in particular, we wanted them to also have a place to have support in predominantly white institutions, to know that look around, they have y'all segregated and you're in class with one or two of you, but look at all of you, and we want you to build a community together. And in that community, let that community support you through this institution that was not set up or designed to take care of you the community way that people of color like to be taken care of.
Let me ask you, sorry, you want to say something too?
Well, I think the only thing that I would add is that oftentimes we as Black people have an experience of race. We don't always have an analysis of race. So we don't always understand how it came to be, why it is the way it is. And so we really teach students the history of race and where it comes from, how it was created, why it was created, and really how, strategies to deal with it and address it and combat it, and to be proud of who they are and where they come from.
So what was the question? Oh, so as a sociologist, can I say that?
Yeah.
Social workers?
Yep.
As social workers, what do you think the impact would be if young Black children all over America at middle school or high school did study abroad programs and came to Africa in middle school, maybe once, twice before they graduated? What kind of effect or impact do you think it would have on them moving into the world of work and just the world in general, right? Like either way, or do you think it would have an impact on them to come and just kind of have some of this experience, not just the slave dungeon, but also the rooftop restaurants and everything else?
Well, I think when we're talking about socialization, even if you grow up in a Pan-African household like your daughter did, she is out in the world, and the world has a view about who we are as a people. And so that is constantly reinforced over and over and over again. Then you think the media and the images that are shown, what gets in the movies, all of these things about who we are as a people really is, for the most part, denigrates us. And so this experience of understanding where you come from, understanding again what our people have gone through, have had to endure to and that they are the ones who survived all of this, right? And so just knowing that and the stock you come from, I think anytime you go back and someone is saying who you are, you know who you are because you've seen it, you've experienced it here.
It's invaluable. Even though I'm not a social worker, I think that the experience and the impact on our youth would be invaluable. It would be truly invaluable because, again, like Dr. Blakey said, it will empower you. You come from the strongest of the strong stock because you had to come through everything to get there, the dungeons, the ships, and then the fields. So you had to come through everything, and our ancestors put so much in us. And so once you know that that's where your stock comes from, or your lineage or your ancestors come from, you're unstoppable. You truly can reach the potential that you want to reach and beyond.
Let me just say this for all y'all who hear the chickens and you hear the sheep in the background. All parts of Africa are not like this. We just happen to be in my village or small town called Nyame Bekyere, which is in a rural area. So behind us is nothing but the mountains. Everything is fresh. When you come to my house, don't make friends with none of the chickens or the sheep or the goats, because they will be your dinner tomorrow. And I don't want you to be upset. So all that you hear is not like, oh, Africa's a jungle. We just happen to be in a place where that is. But we also know the modern Africa quite well, and we do it quite well.
Yeah. We're,
for all
we're,
of y'all.
we're in an Airbnb.
Right.
We're in an Airbnb, and it's just, you think you're living anywhere. It looks like any other Airbnb that looks where if I were in New Orleans or in New York. It's absolutely beautiful, the place that we're actually staying. But when I think about that question of the children coming back, your original president that liberated, when I think about that, that Pan-African thing is the way our people are restored to their rightful place. So when I think about the children coming back, it's so that we can restore the power in the world. Because right now it's imbalanced, stealing bodies out of Africa, stealing resources out of Africa, including our bodies, devastated in many ways. And the Pan-African process and construct of our children coming back and other children from the diaspora coming back home, that we recognize we are one. And in that oneness, the power, now you put all that power together, we can reshape the world. And that makes me so excited to think about an exchange,
right,
so that there can be a oneness,
right,
for the unity of that is what really feels that will be really
and
powerful.
you all, your trip is 8 days or 7 days?
It was
6
like
days?
about 8 or 9
When do y'all
days.
leave? Tomorrow?
We leave
No.
Saturday.
So you haven't been here 10 days, you haven't been here long.
No.
There's so many things that you haven't seen. But you've seen enough, you've seen a lot to give you this feeling and this impact.
Yes.
So before we wrap up, because once this video go over like 15 minutes, I'm an official YouTuber, and I officially become one of these guys who interview people. Which, I mean, I had a show, but anyway, that's my little inside jokes with my people. But before we go, would you like to share anything else, right? Well, let me just say this. We're in Nyame Bekyere. When you come to my house, you'll have the best food that you have in Ghana. I'll let them tell you that. Amen. It's the best food that they had since they've been here. Amen. But any last words that you want to say to people thinking about coming, or anybody that knows you, students, what would you say to them about taking a trip to Ghana? Whatever they say, they want y'all to come with us, but just listen to what they say.
First, I would say don't think about it, do it. Put it on your to-do list and put it on there quickly in the next couple of years. It's a must do. You have to do this, and you have to use their tourist service. It is amazing. It's professional. If you want to come to Ghana, they are the premier tourist people to go to. I have had the best experience. The food here in this little village is amazing. When I say amazing, I mean finger licking good amazing. It's good. So come to Ghana. Put it on your to-do list.
I would say we just met today, and you would never know that we just met today, right?
Right.
Because it's like we've known each other for years, and that's what it feels like being here. That you never met a stranger. But I guess what I would say is thank you for following your purpose, right? Living out your mission, that your desire to share this with everyone, with African Americans, to bring us back here. Thank you for following that. We don't always follow our heart. We don't always follow what we were brought here to do. And so I'm thankful that you did.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you too, because I feel like I know you. I feel like I know you. And so this is amazing to be all the way so far from where I wake up in the morning and go to work, and to be here and to be at home. And I feel like I found a piece of myself that I did not have before I got here. So I feel more whole now than I did when I came. There are questions about myself that have been answered, about who I am and who I could be and what the possibilities look like. So I feel whole. And I feel like being here on this soil and engaging this way has helped me to reclaim a part of myself that is, in theory, I talk about as a professor, but to live it in communion and to know that there is more hope when we are together is just been, like they say with the American Express, it's just priceless. Just like priceless. I don't have a price for the experience. It's been amazing.
So, thank you guys for tuning in. People have been asking me for years, I'm going to add more videos, and I'm going to do this more often. I'm being forced into it, but at the same time, it's okay because I want more people to hear. For those of you who are interested, you can go to www.theadinkergroup.com. Most of our business comes from referrals, honestly, so we don't really promote it a lot. Somebody comes, have a good time, or meet somebody, and then they suggest this. But contact us, go to the website, set up a discovery call. We would love to have a discovery call with you to kind of find out what kind of experience do you want to have here. What are you looking to do? You know, where do you want to stay? What do you want to see? How long? And we customize it and curate it for you. All right. Hopefully, I'll get to meet you all soon. And peace out. Deuces. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. All right.